Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the kindergarten class of 2021 and the Divine High School class of 2033. Good afternoon. We are delighted to have you here. We are delighted to be able to have this program this morning and to celebrate your children's accomplishments. So I love Divine. I love Divine ISD. I've never worked anywhere else. So if you graduated from Divine High School, will you please stand? So a few of you have. And if you are old enough, most of you are not, if you're old enough to have had children graduate from Divine High School, if you will please stand. Of course I did. Both of my children graduated from here. So it is a wonderful place to rear children. So many people move back to Divine. Wonderful school district. So we are delighted to have you as we celebrate this today. So let me introduce some of our guests. On the stage is Mrs. Dawn Schneider. She is the Director of Student Services. Ms. Schneider. The Superintendent of Schools is Dr. Todd Grandjean. Assistant Superintendent is Mr. Darrell Wendell. Director of Federal Programs is Mrs. Abigail Beadle. Director of Finance, we love her most days, Mrs. Shannon Ramirez. Assistant Principal for Severe Elementary is Mrs. Mandy Cross. She is in the back live streaming this for us. And our counselor, Mrs. Kaleppel, is back at the campus. We also want to recognize Dr. Carrie James. She is on the stage. She's a school board president. Other school board members are Mrs. Renee Frieda, Mr. Chris Davis, Mr. Carl Brown, Miss Nancy Pepper, and Mr. Henry Marino. Both of these sets of people, these staffs, the school board members, certainly we appreciate your support, not only for Severe Elementary students, but for all of Divine Independent School District. So every morning at Severe Elementary School, we of course recite the United States Pledge and the Texas Pledge as required by law. We also sing a patriotic song to enhance our social studies curriculum, and that song changes every 6 weeks, so that by the time children leave Severe Elementary, they are well versed in all of these songs. So now we will have our pledges led by Eileen Urias, Emma Fitch, Raymond Garza, Peyton Coleman, Uriah Gonzalez, Benjamin Sanchez, Travis Lawler, and Richard LaFond.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, one and indivisible. For all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the light from above, from the mountains, through the quarries, through the ocean, line forth. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
How wonderful was that? You may be seated. Our children are our treasures, and when I hear them sing things like "God Bless America," it just makes my heart whole again. So thank you for sharing your children with us this year, and we hope you'll share them with us for the next 2 or 3 years. Okay, as a part of the certification presentation, I will also announce the class award recipients. Those class awards are Shining Star, Character, Citizenship, and Leadership, CCL, and the Up, Up, and Away Award. So we know that you want to take a picture of your child, and certainly you do. If you will please respect we're using the little ABC boxes as kind of a line of demarcation. If you will please stay behind that line as you take a picture. And then if you will please return to your seat after you have taken a picture of your child so the next parent can come forward and take a picture of his or her child. So now we will begin the promotion certificate presentation. The order of that presentation will be Mrs. Lawson and Mrs. Pope. While the children are coming to the stage, I would like to thank all the people that make this possible. So let me begin by by recognizing the people who do all the behind the scenes stuff. Mrs. Megan Martinez is over there somewhere. Is helping backstage. Mrs. Hagdorn helped outside. Mrs. Mendoza, Mrs. Yadi Cardenas, and Mrs. Amanda Sanchez all worked the tables and the entry door. And here comes our librarian, Mrs. Mandy Garys. We are very grateful for her to all the things that she does. And when this is over, I certainly want to recognize the kindergarten teachers and they're the paraprofessionals that work in kindergarten. We would also like to thank you. See this pretty nifty little banner up above the stage. Thank Nikki Taylor, Linda Morrison, and Mary Lou Velarde for that. We want to thank our PE coaches, Kelly Runyon, Kara Stacy, Nikki Taylor, and Renee Murphy, for making sure that the stage and all of that, and our maintenance crews for setting up the chairs and the floor. So you can tell that I get up here and read a script, and everybody else does all the work. So certainly I want to thank all of those people. So now I also want to thank Adrian Carazales and Dalen Finto for the help that they are giving us behind the scenes with the live streaming. Adrian is sitting back over here looking at a computer. I have no clue what he's doing. All right, so we're going to start with the part that you came here for. Begin with Mrs. Lawson's class. Kaysen Alexander. Kaysen had perfect attendance the spring semester. John Luke Anderwald. Braxton Blanton. Caleb Contreras. Caleb had perfect attendance the spring semester. Emma Fitch. Emma was a CCL recipient in Mrs. Lawson's class. Raymond Garza. Raymond received the Up, Up, and Away Award. Victoria Granados Garcia. Mason Guzman. Kraylin Harden. Richard LaFond. Gabriela Lopez. Kaylee Nixon. Briley Pettis. Leah Ramirez. Sophia Ramirez. Kendall Slattery. Eileen Urias. Oh. Matthew Rodriguez. Sage Ibarra. I need to back up a minute and tell you that Eileen was a Shining Star recipient in Mrs. Lawson's class. Thank you, Mrs. Lawson. Mrs. Pope's class. Maximino Barcenas. Isaías Becerra. I hope I said that right. Yeah, I even practiced. Wyatt Garrison. I'm sorry. Wrong. Okay, we'll go with Wyatt Garrison. He had perfect attendance for the spring semester. Peyton Coleman. Peyton is a shining star in Mrs. Pope's class. Uriah Gonzalez. Uriah was a recipient of the CCL award in Mrs. Pope's class. Xander Houghton. Ileana Knober. Colton Lane. Travis Lawler. Erilyn Lowe. Olivia Miller. Kylie Nixon. Kylie had perfect attendance the spring semester. Benjamin Sanchez. Benjamin is the Up, Up, and Away recipient of Mrs. Pope's class. Katera Santos. Taylor Tapia. Lillian Valenzuela. Thank you, Mrs. Pope. Before we begin the conclusion to today's program, certainly I would like to recognize these two kindergarten teachers, Mrs. Lawson and Mrs. Pope, the two paras who help us and are very instrumental in making all of these programs go as they should, Mrs. Orlinda Morrison and Mrs. Mary Lou Velarde. So if you can please recognize them and let them know you appreciate them. Your children have been in great hands this year. They are loved, they are cared for, they are educated, and I so appreciate all of the Severa Elementary staff. So, as we begin the conclusion to this afternoon's program, kindergartners will stand. Boys and girls, if you will please stand and face your parents. and they will sing Adios Amigos. Music teachers are Mrs. Nikki Taylor and Mrs. Erlinda Morrison. Are they the cutest? So before we recite the I Matter Manifesto, and it is printed on the inside cover of your program, let me thank you again for coming today and celebrating your child's accomplishments and successes with us. It has been a very different year. We all appreciate you so much for giving us the privilege of working with your child, and just thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. So, before you leave today, if you will, we're going to stand to say the I Matter Manifesto, and then you may be seated for the recessional. Mrs. Joplin, the campus nurse, wanted to remind you, if your child takes medication, that you may come pick up your medication from her before you leave here today. There will be, in case you didn't see them on your way in, going toward the elementary school, there are 3 photo booths, which please stop. Please take your child's picture. You may take your mask off to take a picture of your child. Your child may take his or her mask off, so that's always a good thing. So again, just thank you for being here, and if you will please rise and join us as we say the I Matter Manifesto. We do this every single day at Severa Elementary, so your children have this memorized. I am enough. I have influence. I am a genius. I have a contribution to make. I have a gift that others need. My actions define my impact. I am the change. I matter. Ladies and gentlemen, these students are now first graders, and I present to you one more time the Divine High School class of 2033. You may follow, after they go out, you may follow your teacher. They will go out this door and this door, or this door, these 2 doors. You may follow your teacher out. If you're going to take your child with you this afternoon, you will sign your child out with his or her teacher and then go to the photo booths. Thank you so much for being here.